Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. And last night on YouTube, it was a new show. It was the reality with the Queen of Jackson, Aikisha and Friends. Cause baby, when I tell you she got Carlos together and Nell, let's get into it. So Aikisha Holly Cologne from Bell Collective and Nell Fletcher from Love and Marriage Huntsville were Carlos's guests. And when they came in, they threw some shade about the Wi-Fi. People said that Nell looked like she was calling from jail. And Aikisha said she got 5 band, baby, on all 3 floors. So the first thing they really addressed is like, do they know each other, Nell and Aikisha? And Aikisha said they have met before. They met on the set when they had that tussle on Bell Collective. And shout out to American Born. I saw what you said in this live. We'll talk about that later. So Aikisha said she kind of fanned out when she met Nell, right? So she was apologizing to her for her seeing her actions, but she wasn't apologizing for what had happened. Nell said, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And they went on. So Carlos went on to explain that the tussle at the Bell Collective was equivalent to the tussle out there at Madani. He said it involved men and women. So that is coming up. And I think we've seen some of that in the previews. So the first thing they start to address is Nell and her live about meeting Ariane, right? She said she wanted to know who was going to be at the table because she just needed to know. And she was like, she wasn't trying to be friends with her. She wasn't trying to really take a picture of her. She said when she posted her photos, people were asking her, oh, why didn't you post a picture of you in coleslaw? And I remember in the live, she said she didn't know what she was talking about. She didn't know what they were talking about until Chris showed her the photo. So, she went on to say how she had talked with Martell and Mel. She counseled them. So she would never do anything like that to Mel. So we've heard that already. So then Carlos asked Aikisha, what did she think about the show? She said basically that she was really happy that the women were having the conversations that they were having. And when he asked her about the Sunny and Destiny thing, like, whose fault is it? So Aikisha said she felt it was Sunny's fault because Sunny is the producer. You have to be really close to your producers. You have to give them information so they can make story for the show. And I get that. But what I think Aikisha doesn't know is this.
We did talk to Destiny about it.
So I understand what Aikisha was talking about, but Destiny was in on it too. Let's keep going. So neither Nell nor Aikisha believed that Destiny was telling the truth when she said Mel was on the phone with Ariane trying to help her to respectfully cheat. I don't think anybody in the world believed that. And if anybody did believe that, I'm sorry. That's just what you believe. I get it. But nobody believes that that Mel was actually doing that. Who would do that? Like she said, if I was going to let him respectfully cheat, I would have stayed married and kept my kids in the house with their mother and father. That is wild. Let's keep going. Carlos so messy. So Aikisha was telling a story about when she and Willie were dating, and there was this girl who had messaged her to say that, she had talked to Willie, and Aikisha was saying what her response was to the girl. This is Carlos's face. That's all he heard about the girl messaging Aikisha. Not everything Aikisha had to say. Messy. He loved it and probably mad that she has not brought this up before. Child, so Aikisha had got to talking about how if there is anybody that Willie is talking to, she is definitely in her place. And what she does not accept, what she will not accept, and what Willie is not going to mess up. And as she talked, the look on Nell's face was, wow, that's amazing. And when Aikisha finished, Nell's response was, well, mine was 16 years ago. You hope. So, child, now Carlos is talking to Aikisha about the show. Aikisha says she brought the girls together because no one was talking to anybody. So it's either they were going to talk, get it out, and move on, or just literally move on, right? So then he asked her, what did she think about Selena becoming a Belle? Aikisha said, honestly, she thought that he would have Selena on the show to tell her side of the story, not become a Belle. She said because he said that. Now, his face, this wasn't the face, but he had the face like, he had no idea. She was like, that's what you said because I FaceTime you. And he was like, no, I said she needs to leave because she's not a Belle and give me time to think about what to do next. I don't know. What you think? But baby, then Nell starts to talk, right? So after Aikisha is talking about what happened with Soguchi and Selena and what was going on, then Nell chimes in and asks this.
Listen, like you said that to you now? Yeah, she said she wasn't coming back. That's crazy. Like for me, I felt like I definitely believe that Selena deserves to tell her side of the story.
Child, it was a comments for me, right? People said Carlos was looking like, who said that? And people was like, Nell, how you just gonna throw that girl on the bus and tell her business? But I'm gonna do like Aikisha. I'm gonna keep going. Now, Carlos did say that in spite of everything with Selena and Sophia, right? You get to see Selena with her fiance, with her girls, with her businesses. So honestly, real talk, before everything, I'm excited about that because I don't know Selena, right? And I want to know Selena. So I'm excited about that part. So Aikisha feels that Antoinette is brought back onto the show this season by Latrice to kind of get at Letitia, right? But we see that in the previews. Now, she also talked about the little gathering that they had, the collective correction, and she said that she feels like what Latrice is saying about the girls are coming together for a kumbaya situation and then go back and talk about each other on the phone. She says she feels that Latrice is projecting on the Belles what she actually does. Okay. So someone made a comment that they like Belle Collective more than Love and Marriage Huntsville. I would have to agree, right? I relate more to Belle Collective than I do Love and Marriage Huntsville because it's a lot going on. And then they started reviewing like the Real Housewives of Potomac. I thought that was kind of odd because I don't feel like Nell knows what she's talking about, and I don't think Aikisha really cares. I think Carlos needs to find someone who loves the show as much as him, right? I watched an hour and 31 minutes of this, and that's where I stopped. So y'all let me know if you watched it, if you watched all of it, what do you think? It's your girl Millie Chun. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.